Sweden has spent decades building some of the world's most respected infantry support weapons, and two of its biggest success stories are the AT4 and the Carl Gustaf. At first glance, they look remarkably similar. Both are shoulder-fired weapons designed to destroy armored targets and support infantry on the battlefield. But beneath that similarity lies a fascinating engineering decision. One is a disposable launcher built for speed and simplicity. The other is a reusable, recoilless rifle designed for versatility and sustained combat. In this video, we break down how both systems work, why Sweden chose to build two seemingly similar weapons, and what they reveal about modern infantry firepower. The AT4 is the easiest one to understand because it looks like what it is: a disposable, one-shot anti-armor launcher designed to be carried, aimed, fired, and forgotten. It is lightweight, man-portable, and simple enough that infantry can use it without dragging around heavy support equipment. The whole idea behind AT4 is speed. You carry it into the fight, fire it once, and move on. No reload, no fuss, no complicated setup. That simplicity is part of its genius. The launcher has been seen in conflict zones all over the world, and its design has made it especially useful against light armored vehicles, field fortifications, bunker positions, and other hard targets that infantry need to defeat quickly. Small enough to carry, powerful enough to matter, simple enough to hand to a soldier without turning the mission into a technical exercise. But if the AT4 is the easy story, the Carl Gustaf is the deeper one. The Carl Gustaf recoilless rifle is one of the most versatile infantry weapons ever made. It is not a one-shot disposable launcher. It is reusable, adaptable, and built for a much wider range of battlefield problems. That makes it less like a single-purpose weapon and more like a portable fire support platform. It can fire anti-armor rounds, anti-structure rounds, smoke, illumination, and other specialized ammunition depending on the mission. In the hands of a trained crew, it can function as a flexible answer to many different tactical situations. The Carl Gustaf has gone through several generations of improvement, but its core appeal has remained the same. It gives small units a heavy punch without requiring a vehicle or a massive crew. In modern combat, that matters more than ever. Infantry often operate in dispersed formations, in cities, in broken terrain, or in situations where waiting for mortar fire or heavier support can cost too much time. A Carl Gustaf team can bring precision, speed, and a whole menu of effects to the fight immediately. And that utility is the reason it has remained attractive to so many militaries, including the US Army. American Special Operations Forces saw its value early, because in the kinds of missions they handle, versatility is everything. Later, regular infantry adopted it as well, especially after the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan made it clear that soldiers needed something more adaptable than a single-purpose launcher. The Army's newer versions, like the M3E1 and M4, improved ergonomics, reduced weight, and made the system easier to operate in a wider range of environments. And now, Saab has pushed that weapon forward again with the new Heat 758 round. That matters because modern armor is no longer easy prey. Tanks and armored vehicles now rely on explosive reactive armor, or ERA, to disrupt incoming shaped charge warheads. The Heat 758 is built to defeat that with a tandem charge design. The first charge defeats the reactive layer, and the second charge goes after the actual armor beneath it. Saab says the round can penetrate up to 700 millimeters of armor, which keeps the Carl Gustaf relevant against today's toughest threats. That evolution matters because it shows how Sweden's weapons philosophy works. Swedish defense design often seems to favor smart engineering over brute force. The goal is not to make the biggest weapon. The goal is to make the weapon that works best for the job. The AT4 is a perfect example of that thinking. Disposable, cheap in battlefield terms, and incredibly practical. The Carl Gustaf is the next step. Reusable, modular, and flexible enough to stay relevant as battlefield needs evolve. Both systems also reflect a deeper truth about modern warfare. Infantry do not just need firepower. They need firepower that arrives at the right time, in the right place, with the least possible friction. A weapon that is too heavy, too complex, or too slow to use can be almost as useless as having no weapon at all. That is why the Swedish approach has been so successful. It focuses on making battlefield power portable. The AT4 answers one question very well. How do you give a soldier a quick, disposable anti-armor option that can be carried anywhere? Carl Gustaf answers a bigger one. How do you give a squad a reusable, adaptable weapon system that can deal with armor, fortifications, smoke, illumination, and a range of other targets? That distinction is what makes these two weapons such a powerful combination in the Swedish arsenal, and such a valuable export around the world. One is the fast strike option. The other is the flexible fire support tool. Together, they represent a very Swedish kind of military logic. Elegant, efficient, and far more dangerous than they first appear. And that is really the lesson here. Sweden may not spend like the superpowers, but it spends with purpose. Its weapons are built to solve actual problems. They are built for soldiers who need practical answers under pressure. And in the case of the AT4 and Carl Gustaf, these answers have been proving themselves for decades.